call us to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Mr. Hodge, would you take the roll, please?
Sure. Tony Hodge here, Jesse Parker,
Here.
Mike Stewart's, Robert Stone Street, Jared Tolby.
Here.
And we have a quorum.
All right. Let's start with action on the May 14, 2026 minutes. I think everyone has in front of them. Maybe not.
I reviewed them in email, and I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
All right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
2 ayes. That motion passes. I will sign the minutes. All right, are there any citizen concerns? All right, well, let's move then to the public hearing section of the meeting. Before we start, well, the agenda item is a variance request by Justa Bradshaw of Sculpted Wellness and Longevity. Does anyone have a conflict with respect to the one agenda item?
I do.
Okay. All right. All comments should be directed to the board. Please request to be recognized by me prior to making public comments. Also, prior to making public comments, please step to the microphone adjusted, be sworn in, and then state your name and address. The board will hear testimony from each applicant and any of their expert witnesses. Each speaker from the public will be allowed to speak once, and comment time will be limited. Public hearing is held to receive comments and is not a forum for debate.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. So the request from Ms. Bradshaw for Sculpted Wellness and Longevity is for a zoning variance to allow a wall sign that exceeds the allowable size permitted based on the frontage of the storefront. The property is located at 111 Liberty Square Drive in Hurricane within the Liberty Square Plaza. Attachment A contains the variance application and disclosure statement that were submitted to the Office of Planning and Infrastructure on April 24, 2026. Attachment B is the applicant's written response to the variance criteria contained in Article 2100.04 of the zoning ordinance. In that response, the applicant explains that the variance request is based on the limited visibility of the storefront. The applicant contends that a conforming sign would appear disproportionately small compared to the neighboring businesses within the plaza. Attachment C is our current zoning map. The subject property is outlined on the map, and you'll notice the subject parcel and the surrounding properties are Zone C2 as shown in red on the map. Article 1400.07 is the signage ordinance, and it allows 1 square foot of wall signage for each lineal foot of building frontage. The storefront in question has approximately 17.5 feet of lineal frontage, which allows a maximum wall sign area of 17.5 square feet. Attachment D is the sign permit application and sign plan. The proposed sign is a wall-mounted, internally illuminated sign consisting of lettering and a logo. The total proposed sign area is approximately 32.87 square feet. Attachment E provides an example of similar signage within the Liberty Square Plaza. It shows the recently approved Wingstop wall sign, which is also 32 square feet in area and is comparable in size to the sign being requested tonight. Attachment F contains photographs showing the location of the proposed business. Sculpted Wellness and Longevity will occupy the former Holiday Hair storefront located between Five Below and Cato Fashion. This board has previously considered a sign variance within the shopping center. In BZA variance 2025-06, the board approved a request from Five Below for a 252 square foot wall sign, which exceeded the allowable sign area by 183 square feet. Legal advertisements for this public hearing have been met. Notice was published in the Hurricane Breeze on May 7th and mailed to property owners within 250 feet of the property, and a public hearing sign was posted on the property. Attachment H contains the relevant section of Chapter 5 of Putnam County Comprehensive Plan for your consideration as a part of this review. And as of this evening, the Office of Planning and Infrastructure has not received any public comments regarding the variance request. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Anyone have any questions? Ms. Bradshaw? Or whomever wants to speak, come on up.
Will you raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do solemnly swear and affirm that this testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
State your name and address, please.
Wade Murphy with Paris Signs, 4109, we just moved locations. Ohio River Road, Huntington, West Virginia, 25702.
Please proceed.
So, Ms. Justa appointed me because I'm actually in the sign industry, and she claims she's a nurse. So, I might be able to speak a little bit in more signage terms. We have done a lot of signs in Putnam County over the years. The planning department can surely attest to that. Normally, when we're designing signs as a company, we try to design around what is allowed. In some circumstances, such as this one, both Justa with Sculpted and I feel like what is currently allowed within Liberty Square is well undersized for the business itself. Hence why we're here today to try to get a variance for a larger size sign. I don't know that if she sent these or not, but do I have the ability to hand them something?
Sure.
Okay. Sure. This was actually our original drawing. Drawn slightly under what was allowed. She may have originally sent that.
Let me see if we have.
Sure.
Oh, wait, save you. Save.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the,
That is what would
Understood.
legally be allowed. You guys can pass that around. You guys have a copy of what we're proposing. Due to visibility, we believe the customer needs a larger sign. Working back and forth with her, she said, hey, can you draw something up that you think might make sense for the storefront? So this is what we ended up with. Traditionally, I was in two variance hearings one last month in Charleston and one the month before in Charleston for signs. So we see a lot of these. Unfortunately, not a lot in Putnam County. But 1 square foot per linear foot of storefront is a very small number in regards to signs. So that is why we have stepped this up to say, hey, what makes the most sense? Another issue that the customer has is on the main pylon sign for the shopping center. All the panels are actually currently full. So we're exploring options to try to figure out, hey, how do we make this as visible as possible and still look reasonable? They won't have much advertisement from the road, from the main pylon, due to all the current panels being full, which is awesome for the plaza itself. When we built that sign many years ago, that wasn't the case. But I'm open to any questions that you have.
So the last thing you just said, you're talking about the sign out by the stoplight, it's full
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, currently. So this, once again, I believe is a necessity for the customer. This also follows suit with all the other types of signs in the plaza as far as I believe Mr. Summers, traditionally, we've done a lot of work for him over the years, requires face-lit channel letters on a raceway. So there's really nothing out of the ordinary as far as build goes.
Is the sign backlit?
It is. They have another location actually off the Hurricane exit by Walmart Plaza there that's going to have a very similar sign, build-wise.
Questions?
No.
Mr. Murphy?
Sure.
Mr. Murphy, there's a couple of attachments in our packet. One is signed by Ms. Bradshaw, and the other one does not appear to be signed, but it addresses each of the factors that we as a board need to consider. Did you prepare that letter?
I did not. Ms. Bradshaw did.
Okay. And you didn't prepare is what I'm showing you is our attachment B. Is that anything that you had a hand in preparing?
B,
Yeah, here, let me, if you can just see that. Right after the sign page. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Did you prepare that?
that was not me.
Okay.
No, that was Ms. Bradshaw.
Okay. Have you reviewed either Ms. Bradshaw's letter or which is attachment A in the packet that you have, or attachment B?
This is the first time I've seen that.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you all.
Ms. Bradshaw, would you like to say anything?
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do. So when we went to look at the signs, aesthetically looking at it from the road, it's my understanding that there's already been issues in this plaza, again, with what they allow, with it being so small. And forgive me, I can't remember your name, but
Jordan?
she was doing some kind of a study or something like that from Liberty Square in the center of the parking lot as to what would be visible at that point. And that is actually the size of the second mock-up that I have for you. Had it been within the confines of what they technically allow, it's not visible even from the center of the parking lot for customers to see. Again, now we're beside Five Below, which is astronomical. You know, it's huge. We do understand that we're a very small storefront, but should it stay, I mean, if it would be denied the sign that it permits within the limits, if I was the owner of that plaza, I would not want it there. It looks so off. That's the best way I know to say it. It's just very, very small. So that coupled with the fact, again, that we don't have any kind of advertisement from the road is why we have requested this. And we want it to be beautiful. We take a lot of pride in our company, and that's all we're asking for, is just that it's visible to our patients for them to be able to see. So, thank
Any
you.
questions? Before you step down, let me see if anybody has any questions.
Oh, sorry.
Sir.
I've got one or two, and they're I don't think they'll be too difficult for you. You signed. We have in our packet a letter that actually does not have your signature on it, but has your name on it as having written it, and then there's an attachment that addresses each of the criteria that we need to consider as a board.
Mm-hmm.
Did you prepare those documents?
I did.
If we were to ask you those, well, let me ask this. Do you adopt what's contained in those two documents, the letter that you've signed, as well as what is marked as attachment B in our packet? Would your testimony be consistent with what's in those documents?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote this, it was a month ago.
Everything in there is true, and you would
It's
adopt,
absolutely, but yes, it is.
you adopt this as your testimony?
No, if you start quizzing me on this, I might have.
I'm not gonna quiz you.
Okay,
All right.
But yes, it is mine, yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all the
Yes,
questions I have.
thank you, sir.
All right, I don't see anybody else from the public. I do think we should mark the drawing that Mr. Murphy gave us, which includes at the top, it says drawing number 35593B, which I believe is the 17 square foot sign. Mark that as exhibit 1. side. It's blocking. Pass that down so they don't take it. All right, well, with that, I'll close the public hearing. And I would move that we adopt as our factual record the information contained in our packet and all of the testimony that we have heard this evening.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
With 2 ayes, that will be our factual. So we have several criteria to discuss, and what I propose to do is I'll read through those so that we have them on the record, and then we can discuss them. The criteria that we consider for a variance request is, and we have to answer yes to each of these. The variance will not adversely affect the public health, safety, or welfare, or the rights of adjacent property owners or residents. The second criteria is the variance arises from special conditions or attributes which pertain to the property for which a variance is sought and which were not created by the person seeking the variance. The variance would eliminate an unnecessary hardship and permit a reasonable use of the land. And finally, the variance will allow the intent of the zoning ordinance to be observed and substantial justice done. Any discussion on those criteria?
Well, I think the first criteria, the variance will not adversely affect the public health, safety, or welfare or rights of adjacent property owners. Sign is professionally designed, be professionally installed. So because of those reasons, I don't think there's adverse effects.
Yeah, I agree, and I think, we look at the evidence that we have in front of us this evening, which is really only the testimony, or on these issues is only the testimony of Ms. Bradshaw, who has addressed this, I think, fairly clearly, her letter that she submitted. And I think the same is true with the remaining 3 criteria that we have to consider. Right. Any further discussion?
Well, I would say on the second one, on our second criteria there, I think the nature of the building, I think even her testimony had something about the width of that band that goes around the building. It is quite large, and we've also approved other large signs, so I think preventing her from enlarging her sign would make it look disproportionate already there.
Yeah.
So I think those conditions in this particular case allow for a slightly larger sign that I think fit the building better. And also, there's no, we heard testimony that there was no availability for signage out by the main road.
I think that goes to the third criteria, that this would eliminate unnecessary hardship.
Yes.
And I'll also say, given the variances for the other signage around where this spa is to be located, I think substantial justice is done if the variance request is permitted, and it also in line with the intent of the zoning ordinance, which is to ensure reasonable signage. This appears.
I agree.
Right.
Make a motion to approve the variance as presented.
Right.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
With 2 ayes, the variance is granted, and I'll move for permission to note that the variance request is approved, and that I be permitted to authorize that for the board.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is ordered. Ms. Bradshaw, and Mr. Murphy, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck with your new location.
We appreciate it so much. Thank you.
All right. Looks like our next scheduled meeting is in July.
We currently do not have a agenda item,
Okay.
but it is scheduled for July.
All right. Well, if we
Keep you updated.
just let us know. If we don't have anything, we won't need to have a meeting. Any unfinished business? New business? The only new business I have is that I believe that today may be Mr. Rogers' birthday. So I'll wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you.
With that, I move we adjourn.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I never look at Facebook, but today's my youngest son's birthday. So it popped up and I clicked on it.
Happy birthday.
I will. 13.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Teenage years.
Yeah. What's that? We just adjourned.
Oh, we adjourned.
I didn't count.
That's cool.
You were embarrassed because I wished you a happy birthday.